Hammer Anger is a different look than we've seen from the B7 brands in a while, and it releases on November 21st. Even if you've been a viewer for several years, you may not know that I have 15 years experience in a pro shop and have uploaded almost 2,000 videos over the last 10 years, so my goal is to help you dig through the mess and understand all the options out there as well as possible so that you can enjoy bowling more and waste less money on uninformed or staffer-hyped releases. We are, of course, at Royal Crest Lanes in Lawrence, Kansas on the Kegel Chromium Challenge pattern, 42 feet, 25.5 mils. The graph is linked in the description if you want more details. Like I mentioned, the Anger is kind of a different look. It's got a higher RG at 257, but also a higher differential at 049 and 15 pounds. So high roadish territory, but with a slightly higher differential. Higher RG means later rolling and less revving, so it doesn't want to spin up as fast, but higher differential means lots of flare, so a lot of fresh cover is seeing the lane on every rotation. Now, typically, the higher differential stuff is medium to lower RG. The Kaboom is one of the recent exceptions, but it's still only 253, while typically the higher RG stuff, like the Rhino Pros and Tundras, have also had lower differentials, meant more for length and control. The Anger, however, is built for length and boom. The cover is the shiny HK22 with CT reactive flip additives, so the intent for this ball is to be angry. It's going to get down the lane and then it's going to turn sideways, at least for those that leave it out of the box, because again, Angel and Shine don't go together, especially on our testing pattern, so you'll have to find another video to see it out of the box. But again, just because it comes polished doesn't mean you have to leave it there or just avoid the ball, and that's what I hope we continue to help illustrate. I know I kind of harped on the surface thing during the Ricochet video, but if we're being really honest, it's very difficult and extremely time prohibitive to transition a lane to the point that a ball like this is going to be in its wheelhouse. Plus, you're just watching. You're not bowling on the lane and you just kind of have to imagine the transition. Hutch from the Hype uses the same testing pattern as I do now, I believe, so you'll be able to see shiny from him. Brunsnick and Luis bowl on higher friction house shots like your typical league patterns, J.R. Raymond too, so you'll be able to see a little bit of everything from all of us. This ball obviously isn't just limited to being a weaker skid flip ball though. This is a fresh challenge pattern, and while it took her a handful of shots to adjust to it being longer and weaker than the Ricochet, once she got lined up and found out what it wanted to do, she was just throwing darts from straighter up the lane, so it seems that surface adjustments and this ball get along very well. Big back end used to be a huge selling point, still is to a certain degree. I'm definitely a fan, but people eventually realized that it's not always great for ball reaction, so you started seeing a lot more controllable options, even if still pearl and shiny and designed to be angular. I think the Zen was when people finally got the idea. However, we then kind of started missing those long and flippy options that you still need on drier conditions, where you have to get deep and play a lot of angle. So we'd either get long or we'd get sharp, but very few options did both, so you'd find yourself in a spot where you could either get the ball down the lane, but couldn't get it back up to the pocket, or you'd have something that would really move, but it wouldn't get down the lane. Angel has always loved the high road line, plus she got the Ivory Rhino Pro, which again was one of those high RG but also medium to low diff balls, so that we can illustrate the difference. Sponsors help me do all kinds of things, including continuing to put videos out there. There's a link to Bowler's Mart in the description where you can order one of these or anything else bowling related. Rosedoll10 is my discount code for your CoolWick orders and for 3D printed ball cups and spinners from Scarred Prints. Plus there's a discount link for 10% off an Axis backpack, their new journal, or other products, and finally an email address for custom handcrafted items like pins, bottle openers, stoppers, and even bowls made out of old bowling balls. Please hit the description before you get out of here and support the businesses and individuals that support me. Also, take a look at my YouTube memberships, where for just $5 a month you can get all my videos early and ad-free. The Ivory Rhino Pro has a very similar RG on paper, quite a bit more flare from more differential in the Anger though. Same layout, same surface, and this is where the difference is visible on video. Some things are harder to see on video than they are to feel when you're actually bowling, but very similar length out of the two. The Ivory is definitely slower and rounder on the back end though, while the Anger isn't exactly fast. It's just more defined and a little crisper on the back end, a little punchier, more of an arky shape. This one's pretty simple. Normally I can talk for days, but sometimes the test kind of runs itself. A lot of the variables are the same, really just isolating the difference in differential, and it came out basically as expected. Are they still pretty similar? Sure, but a lot of bowling right now is finding the matchup and getting the ball through the pins the right way. Sometimes you're really close on hook potential and where your playing feels right, but the ball is a little too slow or too fast. Hitting the pocket and picking up spares is great, but it's just not really enough to compete nowadays, so for the regular bowler just looking for a ball in this zone, either of these will do for sure, but if you're a competitive bowler, it sounds dumb, but these differences matter. The Hammer Anger releases on November 21st with 5 other balls. I'll have videos for all of them, and I also made a preview/summary video for all of them if you just want the general rundown and a couple shot look instead of sitting through a bunch of full review videos. And once again, tons of great stuff in the description, so check that out before you get out of here. Also, I have several minutes worth of live commentary or on-lane thoughts that are following, so stick around for that as well. This video was brought to you by Panda Bear Productions. We put the in bowling. Thanks for watching, and may the strikes be with you.
Heckin' anger. Well, that'll make you angry for sure. That'll do. That might be too far out. Yep, a little bit. Try moving a little more right. Just see what straight up works. I said straight up, and I didn't do it. Not great in an up 10 dumper. Move down lane a little bit. Just got some back end. Okay. Sweet. Starting to get some lane shine. Too much swing. Oh, no. Sweet. Oh, dang. Uh-oh. Oops. Maybe. Sweet. So used to having to swing it just enough to get out of everyone else's track, but there's no one else.
New personal best. Braylon Halls, 126.
It's just, it's just like, no, let me hide. Darn it. Well, I guess now I've created my own track. Just a couple left. Sweet. Focus. Needs more focus. Yeah, like that.